Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, October 14th, and we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. A lot to get to today. We will recap all four of these charts. You know, pretty interesting. Last week we were up big for the week at one point of 22 bucks. We ended up a little over $5.50. Today, this week, we're down about $5. So really all we did in the last 2 weeks is nothing. We just basically paired off. Amazing. The daily is back. It's still that balance. All we did today was stretch that balance high into the gap. It's a large 5-day balance. We'll go over it on the charts. I also think there's a possibility. We'll see, but is it a possibility? We have two new lower highs over in this month. It remains to be seen. Over 115 million shares already. Excellent range again. So what happened today? Well, the euphoria from yesterday's short covering was continuing this morning as buyers were trying to push this up and more shorts covering. Market open on a small gap, covered, and as soon I told the room, I said if we get into yesterday's range, we're going to go get that wide overnight POC. Okay? And we did that. But more importantly, why would you, if you were a short, whether you're in the money or losing money, they're the ones that provided the floor yesterday along with the momentum buys when this ripped. So they stepped away. Remember, there are no more market makers. Please don't ever believe. Nobody's ever going to make a market. Nobody's going to put any cash up to make a bid or an offer unless it's a hedge on something. I can assure you of that. So they walked away. And when they walk away and the momentum buyers are like, well, you know, they just walked off a cliff. There's nothing there. They get out. And then when did they reappear again? Probably inside of yesterday's single prints. It was a very boring afternoon as they kept chipping away at the trend day from yesterday, but couldn't take it out. It's still fairly good. But in the process, we have a trend day today. That's a pretty large set of single prints. So talk about emotional trading with gaps, large single prints, short covering, long liquidation, you name it. It's kind of a B shape, so whoever was long got out, right? But it's still a trend day. So there's still a lot of work to be done, obviously, in the bigger picture, with the monthly down, the weekly down, and the daily firmly in a huge balance. I had an okay day today. Had a good morning. Gave some back in the afternoon because there was a lot of chop, and I got a little biased, and we'll go over that. So in B period, I didn't do anything in A. These algos were agitated all over the place. When B opened, and I forgot what number came out, and it pushed down pretty hard. Now, it worked out, but wouldn't have recommended it. We took out the overnight low, got a couple of points below it, and as soon as it came back up a bit, I grabbed the 4 lot of the mini, and it ripped up like 5 points. That was my best trade of the day. Should have just closed the doors there. So I did okay. That was my best. Then in C period, twice I scalped shorts with the single prints. In D period, I also took shorts against the single prints. F period, shorts against, well, we almost had another set and plus against those. So I did okay on short. They weren't big ones. They were scalps in C, D, and F. But then the afternoon turned to crap for me because I got biased. We couldn't hold single prints below the day's low in B and C. And I'm like, if we get a triple distribution day, we could fill these singles. If not, we should certainly stop the one-time framing down. Well, we didn't do that till later. They had a lot of trouble, and I got biased every time it went up. So first I took a long in G, thinking we would pop F. I lost on that. Then H comes down. I'm like, well, we're going to take out the low and get going again because we couldn't take out G's high or F's high or G's high. Took a short. Started going back up. Took that off for a loss. And again in I took the long thinking it would pop the top. So, you know, here I was up about $1,400 for the day. And I gave back close to $1,000 of it, which really nobody's fault but my own. I did take one long in L when it looked like it would pop K's high. And I got paid on that. So, I mean, you know, I had an okay day, but I was biased. If anything, those were good shorts, right? F against E's, every trade, F against E, G against F, until they stopped the one-time framing down, those are good risk-reward shorts. And I got a little biased because I didn't think we could hold a triple distribution day. I thought we would stop the one-time framing down sooner rather than it did later. So still a good week. It was a good week overall. But again, I should have quit when I was way ahead. Anyway, as far as the other ones go, and then we'll get to destinations and charts. We all probe to the downside. I'll be using the probe for SPY. So Q's did the same thing as us, right? They go out with a probe and a double distribution day, and Russell goes out with a double distribution day and a probe. We all held our singles, okay? We all held them from yesterday, but triple Q's, 260, 10. And they got the closest to filling them. They only leave like 40 cents or so. So, all right, destinations. Upside in SPY. Single prints. I'm sorry, first the price probe. L's low, 357.38. Then we have single prints. They start at 363.54. Get filled at 365.99. So over $2.50 for single prints today to the upside. B period, highest accepted price, 366.62. A closed, B open, and drove straight down. So again, that was, and the thing is, I didn't jump on the short right away. So when it really got down and ripped below the overnight low, that's when I took that quick long. And then I watched B until I started shorting CD, and F. And then we have today's high, which is a weekly high now, 370.26. And then filling the gap at 372.68 from October 7th. So we have single prints over $2.50, and we have a gap just under $2.50. That's still in force. Well, I don't know where it is, but we have the gap above us. For the downside, we have today's low of 356.96. Then we have the single prints from yesterday, 356.95, get filled at 354.72, so they're still over $2. And then the weekly low and yearly low as of now of 348.11. ES, upside, price probe, 95. Single prints, they start at 57, get filled at 81.75. 89 is your highest accepted price, and today's high of 25.25, which is a weekly high, filling the gap of 50.75. Downside, 91.25 is today's low. Single print start at 91, get filled at 68.25, and our weekly low of 35.02, which is also a yearly low as of now. Now, let's get to the charts. We'll start with Russell. Now, Russell's monthly is still balanced, okay? Russell has not taken out June's low of 162.70. Yes, they did. They took it out, but not by a lot. Right, 162.78 was June. 162.50 is this month. So all they did was stretch their balance. So right now, Russell is still firmly in a 6-month balance. Russell stays in balances for a long time. Look at this balance here. Look at that balance until it finally, right? The market we went balance, bull, balance, bear, balance, bear, balance. So they're balanced on the monthly. They stay in balances for a long time. Balance on the monthly. Weekly is still in balance. Okay? Again, they took out the weekly low, but just stretched it. So they're in a 4-week balance. They're in better shape than us. You'll see, right? Because they're in balance on the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. Okay? Now, well, let me see the daily. They took out their daily by 172.47. They took it out by $1.50. Again, can you call the daily up? You can, but I don't like the way we closed. So for now, I would say it's still balanced, and they stretched it. So Russell right now is firmly in balance in all 3 time frames. Triple Qs, monthly, down. They took out their low. I'm not calling this balance, right? They took out their low by $15. That's not balance anymore. Monthly is down. Weekly, down, right? No more balance, down. We had a 3-week balance, it's now down. Daily, balance. We never even got close to Friday's high. SPY took out Friday's high, you'll see when we do it, and got a little into that gap. They did not. This is balanced to me. It's a 6-day balance. I would use last Friday's high as the top of the balance and yesterday's low as the bottom. So the triple Qs are down on the monthly and weekly, balance on the daily. Now let's go to SPY and ES. SPY is down. NES. Monthly is down. Again, can't keep saying we're stretching the balance. You know, we took the balance low out by $9. The monthly is down. Plain and simple. Weekly, down. I know we closed back inside, I think. Barely. Yep, we did. We closed back inside. That weekly low is 04. We closed at 357.63. But we're down. Now, if we take out this week's high, then we'll be back into a nice 4-week balance. But for now, it is firmly down. We did $513 million this week. Not bad, actually. And then the daily is balanced. We stretched last Friday's high, got into the gap, got above the 20 for a cup of coffee, right back down. It's a 6-day balance. Today is the high of it. Yesterday is the low of it. If we take out today's low and don't take out yesterday's low on Monday, still balance. If we take out today's high, though, we'll firmly then be up on the daily. Really good week. Very tough week at times. This market has had tremendous ranges all year. Volume is picking up again. We've been incredibly fortunate as day traders. Again, I really appreciate all of you people that watch these videos. And please like them and tell your friends, families, and coworkers to subscribe to this channel. Again, my room is $30 a month, where I live stream the market profile all day while basically giving you a live webinar. The odds of me raising it to 40 for new people starting in January, very, very good. So come and check us out for for the next 2-3 months at $30. Again, if you come in at 30, it stays 30. So if you like it, great. You're in for a great price. If you don't like it, you spend a month or two. And, if the worst thing you ever do is lose $30 or $60 because you didn't like a room, you should call yourself way ahead. Anyway, thanks again. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.